Hey girl, hey. So I have really, to me, it's an exciting video today. I am doing my palette collection, which is so exciting to me because honestly, I've worked really hard to build up this collection of things because for me, makeup, one of my most favorite things is one of two things: eyeshadow palettes and lipsticks. That's like, those are the most things I'm picky about, most things I buy. Like, I just love these things. So I'm going to try to go kind of quick because I don't want you guys to be here for too long. So I'm going to start with palettes that I've gotten from BoxyCharm. So I've gotten this palette. It's the Reveal Smoky palette. This is what it looks like. This was one of the first palettes that I ever got. And it was really good for me at the time for like a beginner. It was really good. I don't use that one or this one. This is a Reveal 3, another one from BoxyCharm as much. This is what it looks like. I used to use it a lot. It does have a lot of good colors, but my issue with those palettes is that they're really hard to blend. And they lack pigment kind of a lot. But they're still good palettes for beginners, but not the stage we're at now, honey. No. And this is the Buff Collection Pure Cosmetics palette, which again I also got from BoxyCharm. This was actually more recently, and this one's actually not bad. I know a lot of people are iffy about it. I think it looks like the Naked. I think it's the third one, and it has a lot of rose golds and pink colors and all kinds of pretty things like that. So I'll definitely be going into this for Valentine's Day. This is kind of a quick little swatch of what it looks like. Again, I love that palette for what it's for the pink colors and stuff. I know people have issues with it, but I don't mind it. Another one from BoxyCharm is this Makeup on the Go palette, Studio Makeup on the Go palette. And this one is their warm tone one. I don't remember the name of it, and I, for some reason, can't read it. But here, I'll swatch it. This is one of my favorite palettes. It's so gorgeous. I love all the shades. For me, I have hazel eyes. And hazel eyes always look really good with like hazel green eyes, I should say, because it changes. But for hazel green eyes, copper tone colors, I like, don't sneeze. I like greens, copper tones, and honestly, I like a little dash of purple here and there, and that really makes them pop. This is another Studio Makeup on the Go palette that BoxyCharm also sent me, and this is their Purple Cool Tone palette, which again, gorgeous. I'll swatch a couple for you. This is another one of my favorite palettes, especially if I want a nice purple eye. It's just gorgeous, literally so beautiful. Like, I have swatches all over my hands. You can't go wrong with these palettes. They're freaking A1. And the fact that I got them on BoxyCharm, if you don't know what BoxyCharm is, it's a subscription you get once a month for $21. You get 4 to 5 full-size products. And you can get hair, fragrance, brushes, makeup, skincare, all that kind of good stuff. But they've been doing palettes a lot more lately. So this is another thing I got in my BoxyCharm, which is the blush. Sorry, everything's backwards, by the way. This is a blush and bronzer palette, and this is by also Coastal Scents, which I don't know if I said it, but that's what the first two palettes, that's who they were by. And sometimes, as you can see, I use this blush kind of sometimes, but not really often, and these two shades are too dark for me. This one's alright if I use it as like an under eye concealer. I don't have any under eye concealer on today, but if you want to set your concealer, and this blush is just way too dark for me. So it's nice to have. I don't use it that much, so to be 100% honest. And then another thing I also got from BoxyCharm, if I can find it, is a Z palette. And I can't find it. Great. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I was on a roll. I'm messing up. This is an O for Z palette that I got in my BoxyCharm. And it came with, when I got the Z palette, it had this shade, this one, and this one. So these 6. And those are O for shades. I don't ever use them. I don't like them. I think they, I just don't like them. This is Makeup Geek. This one is, I forget which one I pointed out. One of these is Makeup Geek. It's, okay, yeah, it was this one. This is Frappe. So here, I'll make that easier for you guys to see. So these 6 are Ofra shades. These 2 are Makeup Geek. This is an Ofra banana powder. Love this banana powder. And this is a Makeup Geek blush, which is my favorite blush. I use it like every time I put blush on. This is what I use. It's in the color Spellbound. It's gorgeous. So I got this Z palette from BoxyCharm as well. So that is 7 palettes from BoxyCharm. Holy crap. And, excuse me. So the next palettes I'm going to show you aren't in any particular order. Sorry, my show stopped. So this is the Sephora Moonshadow Baked palette, which I love baked palettes because usually 90% of the time I wet my brush anyways, especially for my lids, and that's usually what I use baked palettes for, is my lids, because I like my lids to be extra shiny. And this is what it looks like. As you can tell, I've definitely put some dents in it. I really do love this palette. It was like $12. It was, again, one of the first palettes I ever bought. A1 if you want a nice baked eyeshadow palette. Next is my MAC Warm Natural palette, or Neutral. I also love this palette very much. It's very near and dear to my heart. It has every single shade a girl could want, for me at least. I love warm neutral shades, coppers, golds, like pretty browns, all that kind of good stuff. And that's exactly what all this is. I also use it as a baked eyeshadow palette at the same time. I don't know if you're supposed to wet the eyeshadows, but I do, so oh well. Again, love this palette. I have the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. And again, sorry that everything's backwards. And this palette is awesome. As you can tell, I love every shade in here. It has a good variety. I love that they put in these random pops of color. I love that they have amazing neutral colors here. They're great for blending and creases. Like, awesome, at least for me. One of my favorite shades is also Pop. It's a beautiful, glittery, like shiny metallic pink. It's so beautiful. So the next I'm going to show you is this BH Cosmetics palette. It's Wild and Alluring palette. It's an eyeshadow, and it's considered an eyeshadow and face palette. It has 9 eyeshadows and 2 face products. This is supposed to be a highlighter, but it's too dark for me, so it's more like a bronzer. And this is a blush, and these are the 9 eyeshadows. And as you can tell, I've already used this one, and they are so beautiful. I love the fact it's almost like more of a novelty palette for me, but like just all them swirly textures. It's another baked eyeshadow and face palette. Love it. It was literally like $12 on sale. Like, you couldn't go wrong. The next one I'm going to show you is this Maybelline The Rock Nudes palette. And this is one that I did get for Christmas, and I haven't used it yet. I did swatch it, and from so far, I like what I see. I'll probably use more of these tones in like the gold, the blue, but I'm not too much of a dark eyeshadow person. Sometimes I like to add a little bit if I want to go for a more like va-va-voom kind of look, but not always. So the next palette I'm going to show you is the New Dude Volume 2 palette by The Balm Cosmetics, and I love this palette so much. One, because they have a great shade variety, but 2, look at those naked men. I'm such a sucker for packaging, and this is like life to me. I love that they're in towels. I know it's cartoons, but they're like, it's so cute. It makes me happy every time I open this up to use on my eyes. So 10 out of 10 for that. Then I'm coming up on the last couple of eyeshadow palettes that I have. I feel like I'm losing things because this is quite literally like the 3rd time I've had to redo this video. So, ow, just kicked my foot. So here we go. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Sam bought me this for my birthday. If you don't know who Sam is, he's my boyfriend. And this palette is life to me. I'm sure I said that a lot, but I told you, like, eyeshadow palettes are my favorite thing. So not only does it have a beautiful shade range, and it's just so blendable, so creamy, but it smells just like chocolate. And there is nothing wrong with doing your makeup and it smelling like chocolate. So I love that palette. Then I have this one I recently actually purchased last weekend. It's the Kat Von D, I think it's pronounced Alchemist, holographic highlighter palette. Girl, let me tell you, this is my new favorite thing in the whole world. Like, you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Oh, doesn't it look as cool as it should? I think that one's the green one. I look wicked oily because I I haven't showered yet and I went to work today. I wish you could see that better. Maybe I'll do the purple one. The purple one usually shows up. Yes. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Yes. So I love this highlighting palette, and I'm such a dork that I love every single color so much that I literally will go like green, blue, pink, purple, like, yes, because I want to use all of them because I can't pick one. So, yeah. My next favorite palette, and again, Sam picked this out for me for Christmas. It's a Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and it is gorgeous. If you have hazel or green eyes, this is the palette for you. This makes my eyes pop so beautifully. It has all the purples you can want, beautiful green shade, has beautiful pinks and peach tones and golds, like yes, yes, yes. And it freaking smells just like fresh peaches. I absolutely love this palette. Next I have the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. And again, this is another one of my favorite palettes. I'm sure you'll know why once I show you. Look at all those beautiful copper orange, because orange and purple look beautiful for hazel eyes. So again, hazel green, I don't know. They change. But yeah, this palette was a life for me. It still is. It smells just like peanut butter. So yummy. Then I have this little guy, which is a Too Faced White Chocolate Chip palette. And I love this palette. Personally, I love this palette so very much. I love the shade range. I love the mirror. Like, look at how beautiful these colors are. And then the price of it was also amazing because it was $26. And I think it's perfect for my skin tone. I think they have a great range of colors. I think it's a perfect little compact mini palette that you can just throw in your purse without any issues. It's like awesome. The last palette I'm going to show you is the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. And this one was actually, as you can tell, I've used the crap out of it. I don't even know how it survived this long. But I use this a lot. I still use it now, but I used it a lot when I first started like really getting into like eyeshadows and stuff. And I would highly recommend this. This is actually the first palette I ever purchased. Like, I have the Reveal palettes by Coastal Scents, but those just came in my BoxyCharm. Like, I actually went to Sephora and picked this one out for me special. So it's kind of near and dear to my heart because this palette basically taught me how to blend eyeshadow, what works for me, what I like, because it does have a great shade range for day to night looks. As you can see, there's a lot of options for you, and it looks really good, I think, on most skin tones. And I know it's probably cliche, but this really was like the palette that started me. Thank you. Of course I did makeup like before, but like I never like was like really into makeup until like probably about 2, maybe 3 years ago. I started getting into like eyeshadows and foundation and like all that kind of stuff. Like before I do mascara, lip gloss, eyeshadow, but it wasn't like blending and all these different brushes, you know what I mean? So this palette started my life. Sorry, my cat was snoring and he scared me. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching my eyeshadow palette review, and I hope you guys subscribe, and I hope you guys talk to me in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.